Another day on the hot seat for the head of the IRS. Commissioner John Koskinen facing questions about his credibility as lawmakers seek evidence in the IRS political targeting scandal, including all of those missing hard drives and emails. Now remember, Koskinen testified last month that the emails, well, they were lost for good. But then an IRS attorney testified they may be saved somewhere after all. House Oversight Subcommittee Chair Jim Jordan offering his theory that the IRS was planning to sweep all that under the rug until they were caught, and they were forced to come clean thanks to a civil lawsuit.
It's in the relevant time frame, 2010 to 2012, when you lost Lois Lerner emails, and suddenly you say, you know what? They got us. We got to come clean.
Mr. Chairman.
And then you do the letter on June 13th.
Can I respond? And that's a
Sure.
fairly serious charge. There are a whole set of senior staff people in the Senate Finance Committee will dispute your assertion.
Joining me now in Concord, New Hampshire, the anchor of Special Report, Brett Baer. All right, Brett, welcome. So more fireworks with regard to the IRS. I think for viewers at home, and quite frankly, for those of us who are looking at this on a daily basis even, it's confusing, right?
It is confusing, Gretchen, and the bottom line here is that this is the third appearance by Koskinen up on the House Oversight Committee. Just moments ago, you had Congressman Trey Gowdy accuse the IRS commissioner of trying to hide behind the Inspector General, saying that this IG investigation was essentially hiding what the IRS was doing. You have a lot of different statements that have been made now that are being contradicted time and time again, Gretchen, including this whole thing about the hard drive, Lois Lerner's hard drive. They said it was destroyed, completely unretrievable. And now there are IT experts saying, no, it was scratched. It could have been retrieved, and it wasn't. Now they're trying to get to the bottom of that. It is confusing. The bottom line is there's much more to this investigation.
And if it weren't for those civil lawsuits, at least Congressman Jordan was saying maybe the American public would have never found out about any of this. Well, I want to get to the reason that Brett is in New Hampshire. So today he's profiling the two candidates for U.S. Senate, former Massachusetts Senator Scott Brown, who's running for the Senate in New Hampshire as a Republican, against Democratic incumbent Senator Jeanne Shaheen. So it looks like you have a beautiful setting there, Brett. What are you going to be covering?
Oh, it is the Senate race. It is not definitive. Scott Brown, he has to go through a primary in early September, but everyone believes he's going to sail through that, according to the polls going in. So then you have the incumbent Democrat Jeanne Shaheen against a former senator from a different state, Scott Brown. And we are going to bring you this race in depth. Right now, the polls, according to the Real Clear Politics average, has this race at about 10.5 points, the incumbent in the lead. Scott Brown and his people believe once they get past this primary, they're going to be able to coalesce Republicans in New Hampshire, and in an anti-administration and concern about the Democratic policies year, he believes that he can turn this race around quickly by the fall. So we're going to get into this race. It's one of the pick six that you can see that we're going to cover intensely and bring the show on the road from time to time, including here in Concord.
All right. Great to see you in New Hampshire. We'll be watching tonight on Special Report. Thanks, Brett. We'll break